All right, so there's a ton of talk on the internet and a ton of buzz about AI agents, but the question is, what AI agents should you actually be using? So in this video, I'm going to review my top AI agents that you should be using, regardless if you're a founder, you have a sales organization, or you have some type of agency business. These AI agents will help you produce more money in your business with less effort. So let's jump in. The first is a marketing analyst. So what we're ultimately doing is grabbing this webhook and we are sending it to an AI agent. Now, the key of the AI agent, if you've never built AI agents before, is you have to have a really good system prompt. And the system prompt ultimately is telling the agent what to do when it receives an input. Now, the webhook here is sending the call transcript. So the actual sales call transcript is being inputted into the AI agent. Now, you can use Fathom for that. You can pull it directly from your CRM or your calling tool, wherever you want to get it from. That's perfectly fine. Now, once it gets into the AI agent, we want to use the OpenAI chat model. You do have to have a ChatGPT developer account. You want to use window buffer memory and then a structured output parser. The point of the structured output parser is so that we can bucket things into things that we can put back into our CRM, because having a bunch of information but nowhere to actually put it or no way to organize it inside of our CRM doesn't do us any good. So once it goes into the AI agent, what this is ultimately going to do is pull any objections from that sales conversation out and turn them into quotes. Now, once it has turned them into quotes, it's going to recommend and write content for you based on those objections. Now, the goal here is to close the marketing and sales feedback loop so that we can provide information back to marketing so that we can create content on the front end for the business. That would be new ads, Instagram content, YouTube content, whatever kind of content your business is actually creating. So we're going to send that back to marketing and allow them to create new assets that we can pre-handle these objections before they even get on the sales call. Now, what we're also going to do is notate things like the level of brand awareness, should they have been on the call in the first place, et cetera, et cetera. Now, we're going to send that both to Google Sheets and back to the CRM. Agent number 2 is a full analysis tool. So basically, as soon as a sales conversation happens, again, we're going to take that transcript of the call and we're going to send it over to our AI agent. We're going to break it down in the same way, but we're actually parsing it out into 3 separate categories. And you can see right here, we have our call grading workflow, we have our buyer intent and deal risk workflow, and then we have a marketing analysis workflow. So the marketing analysis is a little bit different than the other one. Instead of creating content and taking a look at it from a CMO perspective, we're taking a look at it from the sales perspective. Now, the second one here is buyer intent and deal risk. And what we're trying to do in this section is close the feedback loop between the sales manager and the customer, okay? And what I mean by this is how many deals are slipping through our fingers because the sales rep made one mistake. And if we can bubble up awareness, if we can notify the managers of these opportunities, then the manager can actually reach out to those people and go close the deal, right? Or reach out to the rep and have them reach back out. But the point of this one is, again, to close that feedback loop. Now, the call grading workflow is just that. So instead of using Attention AI or Fathom, we're able to actually grade the call and provide feedback to the sales rep in a much more timely manner. Now, if you have 400 sales calls per week and a sales manager is able to grade 12 of them, well, we'll just do the quick math here, right? 12 divided by 400. That's 3% of total calls are actually getting reviewed. And if those calls are an hour long, that means that sales manager is still grading 12 hours of calls every single week. And then it takes them time to provide that feedback. So sometimes it's just not possible to grade all of these calls. So this one ultimately is going to look at it from a sales perspective. It's going to grade all of the calls that come through, provide coaching and feedback to the sales rep. It's going to bubble up any deals that are at risk, meaning there's no next steps, that there was something missed on the sales conversation, there wasn't enough discovery, etc., and allow us the opportunity to repitch those people or get them back on the phone. And then we're going to be able to have a full marketing breakdown. Now, I'm going to show you in our CRM what this looks like, because we want to make sure that we can actually send this information back to the CRM so we can actually sort through all of this information. So when we come into close.com, we can add a filter here and we have custom objects. And this is really, really cool. We can toggle on marketing analysis. I can see there's 575 leads that have had a marketing analysis ran on the leads. Now, once we do that, we can come into the lead. We can scroll down in this bottom left-hand corner and open up this marketing analysis. Now we can see the primary objection, the reason for interest, the financial situation, brand awareness, marketing journey stage, and the lead source. Now, the point of the output parser on these agents is so that we can bucket these into, distinct buckets. So we have budget, internal approval, need not clear, other, timing, or trust and competitor. So it has to choose one of those and output that into the parser. Okay, so that's agent number 2. Agent number 3 is basically what we do so that I can text the data sheet. Literally, I can text a spreadsheet and ask it questions. Okay, so what we're doing is connecting a Telegram trigger or something where it's connected to this Google Sheet right here. So when I send a Telegram message to this AI agent, I can ask it whatever I want about this Google Sheet, and it is going to send me a text message right back. Now, you can do this with Slack, WhatsApp, Telegram, etc. But ultimately, when I say something like, hey, how many sales did we make last week? If the sheet attached is a sales report, then it is able to go in there. It's able to look at the report, find all of the deals that closed last week, and break down that entire summary. So if we go to executions, you can actually see what that looks like. Doesn't look like we have any saved executions here, unfortunately. If you want to see this, there is actually another video on our YouTube channel where we build this entire agent. Same with these other ones, so you can go check out those after this video. But right now, those are my top 3 AI agents. Basically, one that allows me to replace my data analyst. I can go in, I can ask Google Sheets anything I want. It does basically deep research on that Google Sheet, so I don't need to wait on someone to pull me a report. The second is a full analysis post-call of marketing, buyer intent, deal risk, and then providing feedback to the sales rep. And the third is a marketing agent that is ultimately looking at it from the CMO's perspective and creating content from the front end so we can, pre-handle objections before the actual sales call in the future. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you guys have other cool AI agents that you would like to see or that you want to share with us, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and we'll see you on the other side.